There are some things that happen when we are planning to establish our farm that are unforeseen. We call them unforeseen circumstances. So on today's episode, we are going to be discussing one of the common unforeseen circumstances that usually happen to people who wants to set up an oil palm plantation. And this circumstance usually revolve around when somebody is in the process of getting farmland and you've make all the preparation for your seedling. Maybe you've raised your seedling or you've bought seedling, and before you conclude the transaction for your farmland, something now happened. The farmland transaction did not succeed. So that year you are not able to plant any longer. So what now happened to your seedlings, the seedlings you've raised or the seedlings you've bought? That is what we'll be discussing today. In case you are watching for the first time, this channel is dedicated to promote sustainable and profitable agriculture. My name is Laolisho Alawa. I'm an agri consultant. I'm a farmer by training, by education, and by practice. So what happened when you've bought a seedling, you've raised your seedling in preparation for planting in a particular year, and somehow the land you want to use, maybe the transaction didn't succeed or something happened, you were not able to get the land, so you need to postpone your seedlings, the planting of your seedling till the next year. What happened to your seedling? Because your seedling must have matured, and if care is not taken, if you don't manage it well, uh, you lose most of them. So how do you now manage immature seedling at hand? The number one thing you must do when you find yourself in this kind of situation is that find a safe place. You must find a safe place. If you have it in the nursery, it's good. Make sure the nursery or the place you want to keep the nurseries are safe. The place is very safe. Don't jam pack it. Don't just jam pack it together. Make them line by line, as if they are just in the nursery. So that is the number one thing. You have to look for a safe place to keep them, because you have to keep them for another year. So the aim of this is to make sure you still retain your seedling till the following year, then you take them to the farm and plant. So the number one thing, look for a safe place. The number two thing you must do as a matter of urgency is that your seedling, if your seedling comes, particularly if your seedling comes in small nursery bags or the medium sized nursery bags, the next thing you must do as a matter of urgency is to now transplant it into a bigger bag, into the big nursery bags. Do you get it? You must transplant it to a big nursery bag, because if you retain it in that small bags, the root mass will outgrow the bag, and there will be so many things that will go wrong with the seedlings. So you have to first take it out into a bigger bag. If you have it in the bigger bag before, no problem for you. So the third thing you must now do is that you must now space them adequately apart, because as you are keeping them, the more they are also their growth will not stop. Their growth will continue. So you have to make sure that they are not overshadowing each other. They are not overlapping. So instead of you, the the ideal spacing for seedling is about 75 centimeter to 1 meter apart. So now that you are keeping it for 1 year longer, making it 2 years now. So you have to do something we call spacing out. So you have to maintain at least 1.5 meter, at least 1.5 meter between each of the ceilings, so that you will be rest assured that all of them are still having equal access to sunlight, equal access to rain, and there is no overcrowding and there is no overshadowing. These are the things you need to do, and you continue with the normal routine of managing a nursery, watering in the dry season, applying fertilizer. Do you get it? Uh, and so many other things like weeding and so many other things like that. So lastly but not the least, the things you must do when the seedlings are about to be getting out, maybe after keeping it for another year, then what you need to do is that, okay, 24 hours or 48 hours before you now take those seedling out to the plant, because you must have eventually set your land matters. So what you must do at that point is that you you must water the seedlings very, very well. You must water them very, very well, particularly the surrounding ground, because at that time there is higher possibility that the root must have gone into the ground. So you want to wet it very well. You want to wet the surrounding ground very, very well to ease the removal of your seedling from the ground, so that the root will not just be cutting on the ground. So when you wet it, it will be easier for you to pull. If the root has grown into the ground, it will be easier for you to pull out the seedlings, and then the root will now follow you easily. So these are the things you have to put in place if peradventure there are some circumstances that didn't allow you to plant your seedlings at the appointed time. So with this, I've come to the end of today's topic, and I hope I've been able to bring some value forward, and I've been able to do justice to this topic. I hope you got value. If you actually got value from this today's topic, kindly give it a like, share with your friends so that others can also know what we are sharing between ourselves on this channel, and also subscribe to this channel. If you're watching for the first time, kindly click on subscribe button to have access to more of my videos. Thank you for your time, and see you on the next one. Sheshe.